Right now, the sun is 93 million miles away, and the light reaching your eyes left it about 8 minutes ago. If the sun disappeared this exact second, you would not know for 8 minutes. You would keep going about your day. The light currently in transit would finish its journey, and then the 8 minutes would end, and everything would change. So here is the question. What actually happens when the sun disappears? Not just to the light, not just to the temperature, to the planet, to life, to us. The answer is one of the most complete catastrophes physics can produce.
Really, nigga?
And it starts as all the best disasters do, with 8 minutes of not knowing anything is wrong. What the sun actually does. Before we get into the catastrophe, we need to establish what we're actually losing. Because the sun isn't just the thing that makes it light outside, it is the energy source for almost every living thing on this planet. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into food, is the foundation of every food chain on Earth. The cattle that ate the grass, the fish that ate the algae, all of it is stored in sunlight. We are, in a very literal sense, solar powered. The sun also drives the weather. Temperature gradients between the equator and the poles create wind. Evaporated ocean water becomes rain. The water cycle, the carbon cycle, or all of it is the sun's energy moving through the planet in different forms. And then there's gravity. The sun doesn't just light the Earth. Earth's orbit, that gentle, reliable loop, exists because the sun's gravity is continuously bending its path. Remove the gravity source, and the orbit doesn't decay slowly. It ends immediately. Earth becomes a free projectile. The first week, at the 8-minute mark, every light on Earth goes out simultaneously. Not just sunlight, moonlight. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects the sun. The gravitational leash snaps. Earth, which was moving at about 30 kilometers per second in its orbit, is now moving at 30 kilometers per second in a straight line, into the dark. It will never curve back. But that's the slow motion catastrophe. The fast one is happening right now on the surface. The atmosphere holds heat. Average surface temperatures, which sit around 57 degrees Fahrenheit today, begin dropping almost immediately. Global average hits around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the average temperature of the entire planet's surface simultaneously. The tropics are freezing. The poles are entering conditions that make the current poles look mild. Nuclear and geothermal plants keep running. Everything else struggles. The timeline? Week 1. The world is dark and rapidly cooling. Most plant life is already in crisis. Not dead yet, but photosynthesis has stopped. The food chain is intact for now, running on existing stores. Human societies are in emergency mode but still functioning. Weeks 2 through 4. The plants at the base of every food chain are dying. Herbivores begin to starve first. Ecosystems that took millions of years to develop start unwinding in a matter of weeks. Month 1. The ocean surfaces begin to freeze. This is significant because the oceans are the single largest heat store on the planet. The deeper ocean stays liquid and warmer far longer than the surface. This is actually where the last pockets of life will cling on. Months 3 to 6, the surface is an ice field. Temperatures at ground level in most of the world are incompatible with survival without enclosed shelter and heat. Human populations cluster around geothermal sources in Iceland, parts of Japan, and the Pacific Rim. 1 year out, surface temperatures have fallen below -100 degrees Fahrenheit. The last above-ground ecosystems are gone. But deep beneath the ice-covered ocean surface, something is still alive. Hydrothermal vents, cracks in the ocean floor where geothermal energy heats water to extreme temperatures, support entire ecosystems that have never depended on sunlight. Tube worms, shrimp, microbes that run on chemistry, the frozen dark. Somewhere around the 1 year mark, the last human communities go dark. Not in a dramatic final stand, just the heat runs out, the food runs out, the cold winds. The cities are still there, frozen solid, no wind erosion, no rain, just stillness. Earth is now a dark, frozen marble drifting into interstellar space at 30 kilometers per second. Its core is still warm. It will stay warm for billions of years, heated by radioactive decay deep in the mantle. The ocean deep enough is still liquid around those vents. Over decades, the surface temperature approaches what physicists call absolute zero. The atmosphere, stripped of the thermal energy that held it in place, gradually bleeds into space. What remains is a frozen rock carrying the frozen record of everything that lived on it. What remains? The sun is gone in this thought experiment, but the universe doesn't notice. There are an estimated 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. The conditions that make Earth special, a stable star, the right orbital distance, a magnetic field, and liquid water at the surface, are rare. Earth's story ends, but the story of planets and stars and the possibility of life doesn't. The star we live inside? What would happen if the sun suddenly disappeared? In 8 minutes, total darkness, everywhere, simultaneously. In the same instant, Earth leaves its orbit and becomes a free-drifting object in space. In a week, global temperatures hit 0 degrees Fahrenheit on average. In a month, the ocean's surface freezes. Ecosystems begin collapsing. In a year, the surface is uninhabitable and the last human communities are gone. In the long run, a frozen, dark rock drifts alone through interstellar space, carrying the frozen record of everything that once lived on it. Our sun is a middle-aged star in a stable phase with roughly 5 billion years of life remaining. It will not vanish. It will eventually expand into a red giant and consume the inner planets, but that is a very different story, and we have 5 billion years to work on it. But here's what this thought experiment gives you. We talk about the sun the way we talk about the air, as background, as something that was always there and will always be there. What the disappearance scenario shows is that every single system sustaining life on this planet, every food chain, every weather pattern, every ocean current, every breath of wind, every crop in every field is downstream of one single star, 93 million miles away, that we barely think about. It is the most important object in our entire existence. And it has never once sent an invoice. It asks nothing of us. It just burns. Quietly, constantly, for free, every day, without fail, for 4.6 billion years. The next time you feel sunlight on your face, you're feeling the output of a nuclear fusion reactor 93 million miles wide that has been running for 4.6 billion years without missing a day. 8 minutes ago, the light reaching you right now was still in transit. Don't waste it. And on that note, maybe go outside for a minute. Seriously, the sun is still there. It's been running for 4.6 billion years without taking a day off. So let's appreciate that while we can. And if you enjoy existential cosmic disasters like this one, hit the subscribe button and let us know what we should make disappear next. Preferably something slightly less important than the sun.